Hey, it's Eric, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to backtest selling put credit spreads or bull put spreads using the CML Trade Machine software. And as you'll see in a second, you can also test other option strategies. You can see them listed here in the video, but we're going to focus on the put spreads. And I really just want to show you kind of how the software works. I'm going to put a link in the description if you want to, play around with the software yourself. It's a web-based software, so you don't have to download or, put anything on your computer or iPad or whatever. It's just works in the web browser, and it does work on iPad too, which is surprisingly cool. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm logged into the software, and the first thing we're going to choose is what ticker we want to backtest the put spreads on, and I'm just going to go with QQQ here. And then we're going to choose the strategy. So for this video, we're going to do a put spread, and we're going to sell the put spread. And we're not going to mess around with the earnings settings because it's an index and it doesn't have any earnings. But if you were testing like Tesla or any of the regular stocks, there's some additional earnings settings you can put in there. For example, you can avoid earnings, or you could only trade earnings, that kind of thing. They got a really great earnings strategies as part of the package here. But let's go ahead and just see what we're looking at. So first of all, you can see the length. We're going back. This kind of defaulted to 2 years. So 2 years is about 24 trades, because we're doing one per month, the days to expiration. So what this is telling us, that selling a put spread about 30 days out with these various deltas, these are the results that you would have gotten. Obviously, the market's been very bullish, so this is a pretty bullish strategy. You can adjust these settings by going to the settings tab. And let me scroll down. You can see you can change the deltas. So if you wanted a wider spread or maybe a more narrow spread, you can sort of do that as you're going through the ticker. You can also see you can put some fees and things in there, and some different fill types. I'm not going to go too much detail on the settings, but there are some options here. This is just trading one contract. Let's say you wanted to trade 10 contracts. I could hit save, and the software is going to kind of churn again, and then you'll see that the percentages and things are the same, but the actual dollar amounts start to change. So with selling put spreads, I tend to end up in the Delta 30 area. So I'm going to go ahead and just click on this Delta 30 20 strategy. And let's just kind of look at some of the information it tells you. So the average win was $375. The average loss was $1,500. So definitely the losers are bigger than the winners, which is very typical for put spreads. And when you talk about 30 days to expiration, this is holding the trade to expiration. There's no getting out. There are some additional things you can do. You see in the bottom corner here, you can adjust, well, if I make so much of the credit, I could get out, or I could put a stop loss in. So you can add that into your strategy testing. Again, I'm not going to do all that here. I just wanted to kind of show you all the options. And so even with just holding to expiration, you can see that this had a pretty decent strategy. You made 40%. I think this was 2 years on the money that you risked. And you can also, one last thing on this page, if we scroll down, it'll kind of tell you all the trades, and you can download this to Excel. So if you wanted to sort of look at it outside the software and review it later, you can do that as well. So that's really it. It's pretty easy to throw in the strategy against the ticker you want and kind of get a general idea if that strategy has been working over time. You can change the time frame. Again, there's a lot of other details in here. I'll probably make some future videos about some of the other sections. And again, check the description for a link to the software, and we'll see you at the next video.